What do you think about like cottage cheese or the bulk milk products? Because that's sort of cool. What do you feel about that?
I kind of get back to kind of two sides on that. One is how much dairy can you get? Well, first off, there's two parts to it. One, as far as dairy in general, I think we're the only animals on the planet that drink the milk of another animal. So if we get down to that kind of basis, it is a little awkward. Now, as far as the changes that are important to make in your diet, I would put that on probably the bottom end of the totem pole. If not the most important change is to limit, if not eliminate, the dairy. But again, the limiting part of dairy, how much of it can you get in nature, right? It's very hard to get a lot of cottage cheese. It takes time. So getting back to that kind of a concept, really small quantities of dairy I think is okay. Ideally, you're going to want to go with an organic source.
For calcium you're talking about.
Yeah, actually, the calcium thing is really interesting. Much better place to get calcium is vegetables, because organic calcium dies around 120 degrees. When you pasteurize something, you're pasteurizing it up to about 180. So if you actually look at how much calcium are you getting from a glass of milk, it's zero, which most people don't know, and you will never hear it through the mainstream because the dairy industry is a multi-billion-dollar corporation. So actually, best way you can be getting calcium is one of two ways. I still think everyone should have some sort of multivitamin that will have some sort of calcium included. And two, lots and lots of those dark green leafy vegetables will be getting adequate amounts. Because we're the society that drinks the most milk, yet we have the biggest bone problems.
I would agree with that 100%. I always wondered about that milk and how much calcium we actually got from that.
Yeah, even though there's calcium in there, once it gets into your body, because it's pasteurized, we're getting none.
I tell my patients, because some of them are overweight, I'd say at least 60–70%, it's just empty calories. Might as well get the calcium supplement like Oscal with vitamin D or another source, oyster, But the vitamin D is very important, it turns out. And there's a lot of new information that it's related to a lot of prevention, both heart disease, strokes, and kidney problems, and all sorts of different things. Do you have any more information or insight on the vitamin D issues?
I think, yeah, taking calcium with vitamin D is really important. Making sure you're getting at least a little bit, 20–30 minutes, as a minimum of natural sunlight every day. Even if you're here, you're staying enclosed, you're not really getting that natural sunlight. Trying to get outside. We lived in Southern California where it's sunny every day. I think that would be really critical. And when I take something away from somebody or give them a recommendation to take something away, I always replace it with something. So as an alternative to drinking a lot of milk, one of the best things you can do is go to like an almond milk. Low cholesterol, good protein and fats, lots of healthy fats, and it tastes good. So there's a company called Blue Diamond that has an almond milk out there. You won't find it in the refrigerated section because not until you open it does it need to be refrigerated. And literally the ingredients are almonds. And it's a nice substitute for things that you like to add milk to. If you like to add milk to your coffee, if you like to add milk to, if you're going to make a little bit of a cereal in addition to something else, I think it's a nice addition. Or if you're going to make a protein shake, it's a nice base for that shake. So, ideally, whenever you're going to limit yourself with something that has become a habit, try to find something to replace it with that tastes good and is good for you.
What is the basic correct amount of C's the average person should take a day if they're taking a supplement?
The correct amount of what?
C.
Vitamin C.
Vitamin
Calcium.
C.
Oh, calcium or vitamin C?
Yeah.
Maybe both. Or calcium. Let's do calcium first.
C is calcium.
Wait, I'll just kind of talk about both parts. The answer really is it's not how much you ingest, it's how much you absorb with every one of those nutrients. Most calcium supplements, the key is really to take a calcium supplement that has magnesium as well as vitamin D. If you can get all those together, you're going to be absorbing and utilizing it. You really don't need that much calcium. And most of the better brands of vitamins are already going to have, they're going to have the ratio set pretty well, which is like a 2-to-1 ratio of the calcium to magnesium. As far as just going to a health food store and getting one of the better brands that I can tell you, Garden of Life is a great brand. They've got really good products out there. But most of those products are actually sourcing it from the same place. So I think you'll be pretty good on those. So something where it's a nice mix of the three, I think, is going to be the most important part. And most of their